it's me, your very own Tany Blue FF. Here y'all are surely going to get the type of fanfiction you desire. Just stay tuned, cuties. In the video, it was Taehyung. He was tied up to a chair while his face was bleeding. She began crying immediately, not able to understand what's happening. She sat on the floor and picked the phone in her hands and immediately dialed up Taehyung's number, which he picked up in one ring. It seemed as if he was waiting for her call, but she didn't notice this. OTP, hell, where are you? Tell me, where? She was crying continuously, which tensed Taehyung immediately. Wait, take a deep breath. What happened? Tell me where you are right now. I'm in one of my mansions at Russia. Take a deep breath. Damn, I'm alright. Can you tell me why you're so tensed and crying so much? He was, as usual, speaking in his deep and husky voice. Someone sent me a picture of yours, you know. A picture? What? What kind of picture? You were tied to a chair and injured. One spoke, crying heavily as he spoke. No, I'm alright, and I'm about to enter my private jet. My walk's over here. I'll be back in a few hours. Get the dinner ready for me. Okay, Wine spoke, taking a relaxed breath as she stopped crying. Yeah, my good girl, now don't cry. I'm watching you from the CCTV. After talking for some time, they cut off the call. As the time passed, it was 7 p.m. and she went to the kitchen to cook dinner. She was cooking some chicken soup and japchae. Suddenly, she felt two veiny strong arms around her. She jumped a bit in surprise. She looked back only to see Taehyung. She immediately turned to him, checking his face. Relax, I'm alright, don't worry. He spoke in his cold voice, to which Wine smiled. Wine didn't realize that he was drunk, and only because of that he was being a bit nice towards her. He always neglected his feelings for her, and now he was heavily drunk but still able to walk by himself. He said slowly but strictly, I'll go get freshen up, and when I come down I need my dinner. Wine flinched at his strict tone but immediately nodded her head. Taehyung's phone rang as he picked it up. Then the other person said, Boss, we lost the Russian deal. Before listening to anything further, he threw his phone away, fuming in anger as always because he was short-tempered. Wine flinched hearing this as she turned back to see Taehyung glaring at her with his eyes full of anger. But soon he walked away to their room, whispering, What a bad luck I married. Wine's breath hitched upon hearing this as tears welled up in her eyes. Surely when others call her bad luck, it hurted. But when he does, it hurts more. It hurts her so much. She quietly cooked dinner as always, keeping calm. Soon Taehyung was at the dining table as he freshened up, but he was still drunk heavily. Wine picked up the dishes and walked to the dining table. She started serving him quietly while he looked at the food. Soon she was done as she sat beside him. He started eating quietly. Wine was scared as by now he figured it out that he was drunk. Soon he stopped eating. I am full, he said in his cold tone, but he had only 2 spoons of the chicken soup. But she shut up as he glared at her as she looked down as he spoke coldly. I am going to sleep and do not disturb me. She nodded quietly as he walked upstairs to their room, and now Wine did not want to eat. She usually skips her meals, yet no one knows. She was quietly washing the dishes, and when she was done, she walked to their bedroom. As she was all sweaty, she decided to take a shower before sleep. She noticed that Taehyung was awake. He was staring quietly at the ceiling. She took her clothes and towel and went to the bathroom, and soon she came out wearing a fresh pair of clothes, and she was just doing skincare in front of the mirror and brushing her long beautiful hair. And when she was done, she quietly walked to the bed and switched off the lights. Taehyung backfaced her and slept. While as usual, she didn't sleep, and she had this problem with sleep. She wasn't able to sleep properly. She just sat on the bed quietly, not knowing what to do. Anytime she thinks about her life, she doesn't want to think. Her life is a total mess. She heard a cold voice, not sleepy? Wine flinched looking at him as she quietly nodded. Taehyung sighed, Come here. He called her in his arms as her eyes widened and her cheeks turned crimson red. Taehyung nodded again, calling her, she quietly got in his arms. I wanna ask something. Taehyung nodded with her in his arms. He was too not sleepy. I heard what Appa told you that day. This confused Taehyung as he made a questioning face. Speaking huskily, what did you hear about, a child? Taehyung chuckled in his husky voice, speaking in his deep voice. So, my wife wants a child? Wan's cheeks reddened as she nearly nodded, but then shook her head as a no. She actually wanted a child. She loves children so much, which Taehyung knew. Taehyung laughed in his deep voice at her behavior as his hand went to her waist. You don't need to use your little brain. We'll have a child only when you want. So chill, he spoke huskily, caressing her waist as he kissed her neck. Appa gave you some girls, which I threw them all away. I didn't need them. Useless. You know, I actually love children too, but your consent matters. He spoke huskily, to which Wan blushed for the very first time her husband was being romantic with her. She was experiencing all this for the very first time, making it all more special for her. As Taehyung spoke huskily, tell me, do I have your consent? Can I say no? She spoke innocently, looking up to him with doe eyes, to which he said deeply, Of course you can. I'll wait for your consent. Wan smiled, kissing the tip of his nose, to which he chuckled in his husky voice, grabbing her more closer, saying huskily, isn't my little wife getting naughty? She snuggled in his chest, giggling, and he pet her head softly. She spoke slowly. You're being so nice today. Her eyes shined with happiness as he caressed her cheek. Do you have a problem, little wife? He spoke huskily, to which Wine shook her head, blushing, making him chuckle. I have a reason for saying no. This made Taehyung frown, learning his little wife was hiding something from him. What kind of reason? Wine looked down, hesitating whether she should tell him or not, as he spoke huskily. Will you tell me? Actually, before our marriage, my aunt, with whom I used to live, told me something. Taehyung frowned deeply as he spoke huskily. She told you what? Wine quieted down as this made Taehyung confused. Tell me, what did she tell you? A week before, she took me to the hospital and did some tests. What kind of test, will you tell me? He spoke huskily, caressing her head, to which Wine nodded innocently. She told me it was some important test and I don't remember what happened. Taehyung nodded, looking at her. And then, before our wedding day, she showed me some reports. She looked angry and was scared if our wedding would have got cancelled. I don't know why. She actually told me not to tell it to you. But you'll tell me, right, my little wife? He said huskily as Wyan nodded. After all, she's a little wife. But what she said actually shocked Taehyung to the point he wasn't able to remove his eyes from her. Wine was looking at him as her eyes were getting welled up. She spoke lowly and innocently with her teary doe eyes. I am infertile. Hey, now let's meet in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and do comment and say, how is it? Thanks for watching.